Hi, my name is Michelle Chambers. I am a real estate broker in Texas, a real estate agent in Alabama, and I'm a mortgage loan officer in all 50 states. And I'm here right now, though, to talk about real estate, in particular, to talk about a realtor that is helping a buyer, a buyer's agent. I just, first of all, want to give a shout out to all the realtors out there. Keep on doing what you do. Keep on helping change lives of families day by day. Keep it going. I know it can be sometimes a daunting process and maybe sometimes a little, you don't get as much thanks, as we should because people don't realize what all we do. So that's what this video is for, to give people in more of an insight as to what we do as a buyer's agent. And maybe that'll help out. And they're like, I didn't realize they were doing all that for me. I just saw them open the door for me to look at the property. And next thing I know, I had a home. So let's talk about the details today. I'm excited about it. Let me share my screen and let's get right to it. I want to talk about what does a buyer's agent do to help in the home buying process? So let's just get to it. Let's talk about it. I'm excited about it. A lot of times when people see home buying on HGTV and those type of shows, they think that all a buyer's agent does really is to open the door. You let them look at the property. They decide, yes, this is the one. And congratulations, we're at the title company, at the attorney's office, holding the picture of this big key saying sold. There's a lot more that goes in between those two processes there. And so that's what I want to talk about today, just to kind of give people an idea as to what goes on. So one of the first things, of course, people are familiar with, we find properties for people for them to view. The buyers, they're looking for properties. As an agent, we're looking for properties. We're looking at our multiple listing service and we're sending them information so that they can decide, is this a property of interest or not? What the buyer's agent does, they go through, first of all, you ask questions, we see what's going to best fit your situation, what's the criteria that you're looking for in a home, and then we start plugging all that information into our multiple listing service, the MLS, which gives us a great idea as to what's available in that area. So we're searching high and low, looking far and wide, trying to see which properties match up. And that can be a pretty hard task sometimes. We also help with scheduling viewing. So once you say, I want to see A, B, and C property, then we're about scheduling those properties so that you can see them. Now that seems simple, right? You say, I want to see 123 Main Street. And then you're like, okay, the realtor sets it up. There you go, see it. But there are those times when you have buyers where they say, well, I know you said we're going to see 3 properties a day, but I found 2 more. Can we go see those? That happens. Why is that even a big deal? Because as real estate agents, we have to plan out the time. If we're starting at 10 o'clock one morning, and I already have it planned out because I have to get on there, get on Google Maps or some type of maps platform and figure out what's the distance from, house A to house B. How much time are we going to spend at house A before we go to B? Because I got to make sure I plan it right, especially if there's somebody that still lives in that property. And I want to make sure that we're timely and we get there so that they can view that property and take their time and look at it. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes when it comes to scheduling viewings. How far is A from B? How far is house B from house C? And now you're throwing in 2 more houses and maybe they would fit somewhere in the middle of there as far as the distance goes. So that can be a problem sometimes. I'm just saying we're dealing with all kinds of things behind the scenes. A lot of times we'll just say, sure, yes, we'll work out those other 2 houses. But then we're thinking, oh my, now I've got to go back and rearrange this whole schedule. I've got to go back and we have to get on the showing schedule list and we get on there and schedule, change the times that we want to see different properties. There's a lot that goes in for scheduling viewings. It's not as simple as it seems. Just tell a realtor thank you. Tell your realtor thank you. Then, of course, we also submit offers. So once you get those offers there, you say, I'm ready. I see this one I like. I'm ready to submit an offer. Then at that point, as a buyer's agent, there we go, typing away, trying to get that offer typed up so that we can send it in. So we're diligently trying to get that done. Once you find a property that you're ready to purchase and you want to put an offer on it, and we're going through getting all the paperwork done and then going over it with you to make sure that you're okay with it. Normally what I do is to give my clients a summary of it too. So this is what we're offering. This is what we're saying. Are we good with this? And make sure they understand all of the legal jargon and that type of thing as well. But and of course they can always get an attorney if they need help with understanding the legal part of it. because as real estate agents, we are not attorneys, we're just real estate agents. But there's a lot that goes in when we get ready to submit offers. And then we may have to negotiate with the listing agent. A lot of times the listing agent is going to come back. The seller has said, hey, I almost like your offer, but if you can change A, B, and C, we can have a deal. So then we're going back and we're negotiating back and forth. So at that point, the buyer's agent becomes a negotiator as well. So there's still lots going on with that. The offer's been submitted. Now we're negotiating to see, checking on any contingencies that are on the property. There were just all kinds of things that we're doing in the background that most of the time nobody ever even knows that's going on. And we're giving, our advice as to what we think is best for in negotiating and doing a counter offer. And then we also manage your paperwork. Yes, we have to manage all the paperwork. So we know there's the paperwork when it comes to the offer letter, right? We've got to send over an offer, and it depends on the property. Is there an HOA? We've got a form for that. If it's a lead-based paint, is it an older home? It was built before 1978. We've got to send the one for that. So we have to be aware of all these different aspects of the property so that we can send in the right amount of documentation, the right amount of paperwork to be turned in. The pre-approval letter, we're making sure that we get that from the loan officer. So maybe you have it, or maybe you're like, well, no, they told me I was pre-approved, but I don't have it. So then we're getting with the loan officer at that point, trying to get that taken care of too and work out with that. Disclosure statements, purchase agreements, purchase and sale agreements, depending on the state as to what's going on and what they labeled it. Home inspection reports, we've got to get those back. We've got to go through those with a fine-tooth comb. We've got to come up with a plan because now we're going to have to negotiate with the seller on some things that were on the inspection report. And then we have to explain those things to our buyer to make sure they understand what the inspection report is all saying. A lot of times the inspector will explain a lot of it, but then sometimes there's so much information, we just have to go over it again to make sure. And then we have to decide, okay, what are the deal breakers here? We've got to have this taken care of before we move forward in this contract. And at that point, we're back to negotiation again at that point. And then there's title paperwork that's coming in, and we're trying to explain title work that comes in and get it through email. We're explaining, what is this? They're sending me all these documents. What is this, realtor? Please talk to me. So we're talking about those and helping to manage your paperwork with all of that as well. So there is lots that goes on behind the scenes. We're excited to do it. But it would be nice if people just knew that we do more than just open doors with a key or with our phones. And so when we start thinking about things, we do a lot of things. We're a motivational coach. Sometimes it gets kind of rough. Like I mentioned, it can be rough in those real estate streets and things are going, we almost got a deal worked out, maybe sort of, kind of, or maybe a client gets sick or the seller. I mean, there's all kinds of things can happen during that transaction period of time. So we become a motivational coach. You can do this. We can do this together. Hang in there. I know it's kind of tough right now. I know you're wanting this process to come to an end, but we're that motivational coach at that point. We're also a counselor. Sometimes things come up that have nothing to do with real estate in the midst of us doing real estate. And we have to be able to help our clients along the way. So then all of a sudden we're putting on a counselor hat because we're trying to help out in that aspect too. A coordinator. We also are a coordinator. We got all those different things. We've got to navigate. We've got to coordinate all those things, make it all work out together. Get the inspector out there at the right time, get the appraiser out there at the right time, all those kind of things. We're working with the lender and trying to make sure that things are going well with the lender. We're just in the mix of all of it. We're coordinating a whole lot. And then, of course, we're a guide. We're just guiding people as it goes along. We're guiding them through the whole buying process. Okay, this is what we do next. Okay, this is the next step. Okay, this is what's going to come after that. And so we're just guiding them all along the way to make sure that they understand and that they feel comfortable along the way. And one that in particular to me, and it may be for a lot of the real estate agents too, you become family. So it's not just about, I'm helping you, this person, this family to get a house. It's like, basically like I'm helping my family to get a house because we are spending so much time together. We get a chance to learn a lot about each other. We become family. And that's why at Team Chambers Realty Group, our actual motto is a family helping families. We're a husband and wife realty team. And that's our motto, a family helping families. When you start working with Team Chambers Realty Group, You'll hear us say from the very beginning, we're family now. You stuck with us. You can't get rid of family. They just there, right? Well, this is what we're saying with Team Chambers Realty Group. We love doing it. There's lots that goes on behind the scenes. And I just wanted to do this video just to encourage you that whoever your realtor may be, just send them a thank you and say, I appreciate all you do. I know I don't see a lot of what you do. I know I'm asking you a question here and there, but I didn't realize there was so much that was going on behind the scenes. And I just want to say thank you. So thanks for tuning in, and go thank a realtor, or if you see him, give him a hug. Take care. And again, this is Michelle Chambers with Team Chambers Realty Group. I'm a real estate broker in Texas, a real estate agent in Alabama, and I'm a mortgage loan officer in all 50 states. Take care.